Good morning, everybody. It's great to see you. We're at the North Carolina Zoo, your Zoo Adventures team, Asheboro, North Carolina. My name is Steve. I'm an educator here at the zoo. Who's behind the camera?
Megan.
Great to have Megan with us, as always. This is a really different kind of program for you today. We're going to go through a lot of different animals. Classifications. What's a classification? You have to stay tuned and check them out. But we're going to go through a lot of different animals with you today. Hopefully you enjoy this little experience from the North Carolina Zoo. Megan, what do you say? Oh, we get ready to go talk.
Well, why don't we find some relatives of these guys, since we were at this lovely bench to start with? Butterfly area.
I think we can do that.
Okay.
Let's make it happen.
Alrighty. Let's go.
And here's another one. The African giant millipede. It's not a mammal, is it, Megan?
Nope. It's not a reptile, even though it does look kind of scaly.
Yeah, definitely not a bird.
No
Digital friends, what do you think? We're not going to ask Anna because Anna's having to ensure that the millipede doesn't land up on the ground.
She is focusing.
She's very focused, so we won't even ask Anna. Digital friends, what is this? What type of animal is this? Did you say invertebrate or millipede? We'll even go with bug, although not really technically a bug. An invertebrate. They have that outer kind of covering that keeps all their insides where they're supposed to be. Look at all the legs. They have multiple legs. Millipedes actually have 2 pairs of legs.
Her segment.
Nice. And then the segment is a good segue to the other part of what an invertebrate is. Oftentimes they have additional body segments. A very important role in the environment. They are a decomposer, so they're eating dead and decaying material. And then they're pooping out dirt.
You can see a little bit of it there on Anna's gloves.
Yes. I'm glad Anna's wearing gloves. But they also require some very specialized care. Check this out. Come over to the tote that they came to us in. A couple things that may seem kind of innocuous, kind of what? Is that why that is there? The word bronze is actually very important. And then the card tells us about the millipedes themselves.
So this is cool because for animal ambassadors, it shows some of the rules that we have to follow. So it's actually got like habitat temperature, programming temperature. So this is how often they can program, what requirements there are for them to program, and then also just which group it is.
Yeah. And which group it is really important. We showed you the word bronze a second ago. Check this out. Do be aware that you're going to see a few more millipedes. Give you a little bit of a heads up. And voila. What? Look at all that goes into caring for a millipede. The diet, the leaves, the sweet potatoes, the carrots. So oftentimes dusted with material as well. There's fruit pieces in there. There's bark. And then the substrate is actually very, very deep. It's probably about 4 inches deep. So the millipedes can get under there and they can reproduce, produce eggs. And obviously the animal care team here at the zoo, the animal ambassador team, doing a great job of ensuring that we have millipedes to share during their ambassador animal programs. So a lot of care goes into, quote unquote, even the invertebrates at the zoo. And this is just one example of invertebrates. So classifications, digital friends. What class of animals are we looking at now? Yeah, I know, they're horned puffins. What class are puffins? Oh, great shot there. So if they're wrapped in feathers, if they have wings, they are what, digital friends? Those are two pretty good clues, I think. Birds. Yeah, I know you know they're birds. One other really cool thing about them, one of the things that we do really well here at the zoo, is that they lay eggs. Megan, can you show them one of the kind of nesting cavities?
Looks like somebody's hanging out at one.
Oh, there you go. Nice shot. That's awesome. So yeah, we breed the horned puffins here at the North Carolina Zoo. And we provide those nesting holes. They nest in holes on the cliff sides. So when we built this habitat, that was built into it. That was the planning that was put and made to ensure the success. You got to come down, Megan. You got to come down to the water.
Oh no, I missed it.
Under the water coming at you here.
You just jumped out. Oh,
So if you can follow this. Under the water. Watch the wing beats. Watch the wing beats. Almost like they're flying underwater. Nice. He went to the surface. He went to the surface. But if you got a chance to see it this time, and if not, go back and look at it again. And watch the wing beats underwater. They literally fly underwater. It's the same wing motion as those birds that are flying. Now, yes, puffins can fly. They can fly through the air just fine. But to watch them underwater is really neat.
So one thing that I think is really cool
What you
about a piece of their enrichment that we provide is, I don't know, you've probably seen this on the internet before, but we do give some of our animals reflective surfaces.
So that's part of the enrichment, right? We've talked about enrichment before. What do we do to encourage a natural behavior? So the mirrors, the reflective objects, curiosity. Go, what is that? And again, to enhance the breeding opportunities and breeding success, you have the breeding holes. You have the cavities where they can go in and literally lay eggs in. And those can be monitored from the other side of the wall. So the keepers can kind of take a peek to see what's going on in some cases. And they are climbers. They do climb up there and then they'll fly down a lot of times. I don't see them flying up as often as I see them flying down.
So this is a shot of a big wide view of the habitat, and you can see just how high that rock cliff
wow.
is.
Yep, great shot.
And then also how deep their water is.
And just for fun, the water's in the 50 to 60 degree range. They are from an Arctic climb, so they are from a cold place. They can dive down and they can climb high. Horned puffins at the North Carolina Zoo. A bird. All right, talking about classification of animals. This is an alligator.
Yay!
Alligators are what type of classification, digital friends? Did you say reptile? I hope so. Reptiles, like snakes, turtles, they're all slimy.
Let's zoom in here.
They're not slimy?
Not really. I mean, she's a little bit wet,
Oh,
but I don't see the slime.
I heard that they were, so they're dry. Okay,
No, maybe
okay.
not.
Well, they're warm-blooded because they're always in the sun. They're always nice and warm.
But I think they might be in the sun because they want to warm up.
Oh, they're ectotherm.
Yeah, I
So
think
they're
so.
the air temperature and water.
Right, they're, yeah.
temperature.
mhm.
So that's wrong too.
Yeah.
But they're always on land. They live on their entire life on land.
Steve, how did you get a job at a zoo?
That's not true either.
Not always.
No. I mean, but look, alligator on land.
Yeah, but
So it's on land, right? They live on.
that one's in the water.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they spend their life on land or water, kind of.
Right, yeah. I mean, think about sea turtles. They're
Oh.
pretty much always in the water. Except for
Okay.
the eggs.
True.
Maybe.
So, reptiles.
Yay!
Really amazing animals. The alligator here, fun to look at. This looks like Leaf. Leaf is our smaller of the two on this habitat. Again, we're at the North Carolina Zoo. And the one that was in the water, that's Gator Boy. He's much bigger than Leaf. And yes, come back to some of the characteristics of reptiles. They are ectothermic. They rely on the external temperature to maintain their internal temperature. So you see leaf basking, probably trying to warm up a little bit.
I do that often.
They are not slimy. That's one of those things that people think a lot of times, especially when they look at a snake, they go, oh, it's so slimy. Nope. Reptiles are not slimy. They do get wet, so they are wet looking sometimes. They may appear that they're slimy, but nope, they're not slimy. That's your amphibians in many cases that have an external slime coat on them sometimes. They can lay eggs. They can also give birth to live young. Alligators are an example of one that gives birth to, that lays eggs. So different characteristics for reptiles. One really neat thing, can you see the bumps on their back?
All those ridges that make them look like a dragon.
Exactly. Those, underneath of that is bone. And check this out, Megan. Can you show our digital friends? Those are called osteoderms. Osteo, bone, derm, under the skin. These are under the skin, and they act almost like little tiny solar radiators. The sun comes up, warms up the skin, warms up the bones, and then over the day and even into the evening, it releases the heat a little bit more slowly. So wonderful adaptation for alligators and crocodiles, other types of reptiles. But reptiles, another one of our classifications of organisms, reptiles and amphibians, if you didn't pick it up earlier, they are herptiles. Sometimes there's a reptile person who studies them is a herpetologist. That's reptiles and amphibians. So herpetology, reptiles and amphibians. A stream? Water. I know there's a type of animal that starts its life in the water and then moves to land. Digital friends, do you have an idea what that might be? Do you know animals that start their life in the water and end on land? They are cold-blooded, fancy science term here, ectothermic. The temperature is moderated by, their temperature is moderated by the air around them. Ectothermic, cold-blooded. They have permeable skin. So they're kind of drinking, they're taking water in and out of the skin. Same thing with oxygen and carbon dioxide or waste products. What else? There's some pretty cool things about these animals. And their classification is amphibians. Anybody have amphibian? Frogs, toads, other animals. Not all of them come onto land for as adults, but most of them do. We have an example of one over here.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Hi.
Megan?
Yes, it's me. I'm the camera person.
You're the camera person.
I have my robot friend doing it right now.
You have a robot friend?
Yeah. I also go by Anna.
And she's warm-blooded.
She's pretty great.
Anna, thank you so much for stepping in and helping out with a little video today. Who do you have for us?
We have an amphibian friend. Her name is Zona. She is a western tiger salamander, and she's showing us her tail right now. She is in her home habitat. So this is really cool because we get to show you guys where she lives. So she does live behind the scenes as an animal ambassador, but this is her house. She has a couple of hidey holes. She also has her lovely water dish, which we did leave back at the main building because it was gonna spill if we brought it. Yeah, it could get a little messy. Not that she would mind because her habitat is kept nice and damp and moist and humid, just to make sure, because again, they do rely on that moisture in the atmosphere and in the air to keep their skin nice and damp. And there she comes right out to us.
So that's all part of the care for amphibians here?
Yeah.
Neat.
So we can get a pretty good look at her there, but if you guys want, I think I can maybe show you a little bit of training behavior that we've worked on with Zona.
Wait a minute. You're telling me that this salamander has been trained?
Yep, she is trained to come to a target, kind of like how our tortoises and maybe some of our mammals are, and actually kind of get up on a little green flower that we have for her, and that's one of the ways. So since she is a programming animal, this is one of the ways we have worked out to program with her.
All right, well, let's see if you can do this,
Give
Megan.
it a try. We'll
So
see.
give it a try.
And again, so most of the time she is very motivated, usually food motivated. But we don't have any treats for her today. But that usually doesn't stop her. She's usually still very active. And once she sees this lovely yellow target, she will probably start
Oh,
heading
look
over.
at her go.
Hi, come on, Zona. Oh, she's moving fast.
So you said it's kind of like a target
Come on.
pole.
It's just
That's
like a
neat.
lollipop target, but this is a makeshift one. You can
Yeah.
see they literally just put one of those little balls on a stick.
Go, animal ambassador keeper. She
Yes.
is going in there.
Yeah, there she goes. Very nice. And you can see her snap at that.
And that's when a treat would be given.
Yeah.
Because she said, yes, I'm here. And then you would say, you've done a good job. Here is the reward.
So this is really cool because this is one of the ways we've worked to program with her. So one of the things that we're doing with our animal ambassadors is working for out-of-hand programming. So displaying them, so to say, in a natural behavior, natural positions. So instead of us holding her and restricting her and restraining her movement, this kind of allows her to move around freely and kind of go around and explore a little bit in a nice, safe way as well.
That's cool. And this is done, right? You don't need it. This is what she would travel in?
So this is her kind of to and from mode, but this smaller box here is actually her box that she goes, her travel habitat basically,
Oh, wow.
that she goes to and from programs in. This is just kind of how she gets to and from the different boxes.
It's her car.
So yeah, this is her car and that's her bus, I guess. I don't know.
That's how it works.
But yeah,
right.
she is showing off a fair amount there for you. Look at that lovely little grin.
That is so cool. Amphibian training. Some of the amazing care that happens at the North Carolina Zoo. It's not just the big ones. It's not just the elephants, not just the large animals. Even the amphibians get to kind of have some choice and control over their lives as well. Thanks, Megan.
Yeah.
Good job, Anna. What are you looking at, digital friends?
Two handsome boys.
All right, I'll give you that. We're talking about classification and some of the care and well-being stories that go along with that classification. There's 3 now.
Yay. But Amelia's not a boy.
Oh,
so.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So what is the classification of the animal that Megan is showing you right now? I'll give you a hint. It's a giraffe. Oh, that's maybe not much of a
the
hint.
classification.
No,
though.
it's not. That's the species.
Yeah.
The classification. What class? Well, in their class is a mammal. I bet you all knew that. Mammals covered in hair, produce milk, warm-blooded or endothermic. That means they maintain and keep their own body temperature. A 4-chambered heart. A lot of other characteristics. Won't get too deep into it, but kind of give you an idea of what begins to separate them from some of the other animals that we're talking about today. They have a barn back there that actually lets them go in off habitat. So if they need to do a vet procedure or they need to do some work on the habitat, because you can't go out with them, they can actually put them in a barn that fits them. They might be 16, 17, 18 feet tall. I'm a little over 6 feet tall.
Okay, I just have to point this out because this is really cute. I'm zoomed in on Turbo right now, and he is using those very strong lips to browse right over there. I know Amelia just walked up and blocked him, but he was being very picky and trying as hard as he could to get those leaves behind the rocks.
Oh, was he really?
It was really cute.
Good spot. That's funny. So let's come back to the distance there. So I was saying that I'm a little over 6 feet tall. So is their leg. So is their leg. And so is their neck. Megan, let's show them this. This is one, no, it's a replica. This is one cervical neck vertebra of a giraffe. One. Their neck is about 6 feet long. They have 7 of these cervical vertebrae in their neck. How many cervical vertebrae do you have in your neck?
Twist your neck again. Let me see if I can count them. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait. I don't think that's how that works.
Oh, no. You have 7 as well. 7 cervical vertebrae in your neck. Not quite this size. Pretty impressive, huh? So giraffe, a mammal at the zoo. Care with the barn in the background. An amazing example of a mammal here at the zoo. Animal classifications. There you go. We talked about a bunch of them. We talked about, birds, reptiles, mammals, talked about amphibians, invertebrates, talked about some of the things that make them those, and then a lot of the work that we do for the animal care part that revolves around some of those classification characteristics. Kind of a neat little way to bring a different type of science to you today, realizing that we use that in the way we care for our animals here at the zoo. There's an invertebrate in my ear right now. I think he's gone. One classification that we did not get to involves this. Megan, show them this. We did not get to fish.
But the lovely North America Lake, you can visit and try to spot some.
On your next visit to the North Carolina Zoo, see if you can pick out some of the animal classes the zoo has for you. Be safe, y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye.